Alright, let's dive into this because it's a game that, on paper, looked like it should have gone one way, but ended up being a masterclass in how small moments can completely shift the tide. The Cleveland Guardians, fresh off what seemed like a solid trade deadline, kicked off their series against the Mets with a performance that, well, let's just say it left a lot to be desired. But here's the thing, it wasn't just about the final score. It was about how they got there, and personally, I think that's where the Real story lies. So, picture this, it's the second inning, the Guardians are already struggling to capitalize on a bases-loaded opportunity in the first, and then Gabriel Arias steps in. Now, Arias is filling in for Jose Ramirez, which is no small task, and he's got a ground ball coming his way. What happens next is one of those moments that makes you go, wait, did that really just happen? Arias botches the throw to first, and suddenly, the Mets have a runner safe and a spark of momentum. What makes this really interesting is how one error can snowball into a complete shift in the game's energy. It's not just about the physical mistake, it's about the psychological impact. The Mets smell blood in the water, and Luis Torrens capitalizes with a homer to put them up 3-0. From my perspective, this is where the game was lost, not in the later innings but right there in that second frame. Now, let's talk about Arias for a second. He's a young player, stepping into a big role, and mistakes happen. But what many people don't realize is how these early errors can linger in a player's mind. Arias went 0 for 4 at the plate with 2 strikeouts, and you can't help but wonder if that throwing error was still playing on repeat in his head. It's a reminder that baseball is as much a mental game as it is a physical one. If you take a step back and think about it, this could be a turning point for Arias, either he learns from it and grows, or it becomes a moment that defines his season. That's the kind of drama that makes this sport so fascinating. Meanwhile, Joey Cantillo had a night that was, well, let's call it interesting. 5 runs, 7 hits, and 2 walks in 5 innings isn't the stat line you want to see from your starter. But here's where it gets nuanced. Cantillo wasn't bad the entire time. There were moments where he looked sharp, and then there were moments where he just couldn't find the zone. Stephen Vogt's post-game comments about extending the inning with the error and Cantillo's inability to recover afterward really hit the nail on the head. This raises a deeper question: how much of Cantillo's struggle was his own doing, and how much was a result of the team's overall momentum shift? It's a chicken or egg scenario that's worth unpacking. On the bright side, Jo Adell's debut was a silver lining. Going 2 for 4 with a run and a walk is a solid start, especially for someone who just jumped from a last-place team to a contender. What this really suggests is that Adell could be a key piece moving forward. His energy and performance are exactly what the Guardians need right now. And let's not forget Chase DeLauter, who continues to impress. 3 walks and a run scored? That's the kind of plate discipline you want from a rookie. These 2 players are the reason I'm not hitting the panic button just yet. But here's the bigger picture. The Guardians are now below .500, and they've got to figure out how to bounce back. One thing that immediately stands out is how this game wasn't lost because of a lack of talent, it was lost because of a lack of execution. Baseball is a game of inches, and tonight, those inches didn't go Cleveland's way. Personally, I think this is a wake-up call. They've got the pieces, but they need to tighten up the little things if they want to stay in contention. So, as we head into the next game, I'm left wondering, will this be the moment that defines their season, or just a bump in the road? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. And remember, it's not just about the wins and losses, it's about the stories that unfold along the way. See you in the next one.